How you doing, everybody? So back at it again, bullseye handicapping part two. And like I told you, I get up, I get out, I get energized with my props. This is my other prop. These are considered poi dances using props and lights. Lights are for inspiration, and um, have a spring and a handle. And like I said, my program that I've always used while I played the races was get up, get out, get energized, using a prop like this. And basically, like I said, what it does for you, it relaxes you. Some guys smoke, some guys drink. You can't sit there for 8 hours. You got to find something else to do. And that's something else that I do. It's called an energizer program, trying to just move your core, using your core and letting the prop do the work. That's when it's the most efficient. But that's neither here or there. So what we're talking about is horse racing. But basically, I'm preparing for the Kentucky Derby by doing other things, getting out of the horse racing bubble and going into the world bubble. And this is the world bubble. World bubble is doing other things instead of playing races. If you're playing races today and you're ripping up tickets and you're not building your bankroll, instead you're in bankroll depreciation. And that's because of the fact that you got a fat guy appetite. You have to play. I want more. And that's the devastation of a horse player, is wanting too much, trying to be a fat guy. My personal thought is you got to use jockey weight. Jockey should actually do this program because I'm probably jockey weight. I'm probably about 117, 18 pounds. And it's from doing this program. But it also helps me with passing races because instead of playing races, I'm doing this. I'm doing a physical activity. I do medical marijuana. So I'm doing a physical activity to get that out of my being. And this is what I do. I'm a Kung Fu guy, so I dance. So instead of playing all day today and any other day this week until Saturday, I dance. I get up, I get out, and I get energized. So you got to ask yourself, like I said in the other video, did you come to play or did you come to win? If you came to play, you're probably playing today, thinking that you're going to build your bankroll for your derby. But that's not the move. The move is to get out of the game and go into the bleachers for a while, get out of the middle of the ocean and get on land for a little while. That's the move. That's the buster move. That's the bullseye move. The bullseye move is to get your mofo Joe in a situation where you feel really comfortable. You feel so that when you're ready to make your investment on Derby Day, just on that one race, you're cool. You're not anxious. You're not crazy. You're not out of control. You got your shit together, so to speak, right? So I wanted to talk about another thing. I'm not trying to pick the winner of the Derby. Bullseye handicapping is not trying to pick the winner of the Derby because there's probably 5 or 6 horses that can win the race pretty easily. I'm trying to find that other horse. I'm trying to find what I call a ego buster horse. A horse that you guys dismiss and you pick 3s, pick 4s, pick 5s, and pick 6s. I call them a ego buster horse. They're horses that bust up the exact and the triple. Those are the horses that you dismiss. So what I do is I don't need to look at a bunch of horses anymore because I know all about them. I know all about Further Ado. I know he's going to be one of the monsters, could be one of the monsters. I know about Renegade. I know they're going to be around 7 to 2 to 5 to 1. Right? You know already. You know that. You know that Commandment's going to probably be 6 or 7 to 1. You know that Chief Wallaby's going to be about the same. You know that the Puma is going to be about 8 to 1. So you know all these things because in our game for the Kentucky Derby, they give us more than enough information. You don't have to worry about information. You're going to get it because, it's prom day. The Derby is moment of perfection. It's one of those moments of perfection. It's like the Super Bowl, all the great events. We crave for moments of perfection, and the Derby is one of them. The reason I've done this kind of food for 30 years is I strive for perfection of it. I never get it. Perfection, and it's fleeting. So if I have it, I'm only going to have it for a moment. But that's what you're looking for when you're playing, these moments of perfection. And so that's what I'm looking for. So a moment of perfection with, those horses. And I'll show what I did was basically made a crystal clear clarity board, basically stating who are the gleaming lights of the race, like who are the shining stars, who are the horses who aren't so shiny but people are talking about. You break them down, you make what I call a crystal clear clarity board. And I should put my music on too. So I do a crystal clear clarity board, I'll show you that in a minute. I'll start moving like this. I used to also use this because of the fact that I was, after a race that I lost, or like a disqualification or just a bad day, I would dance throughout the day, but then I continue to dance. And basically putting out the fire. Because when you open up that racing ball, when you start to play, you're on fire. That's why I don't play that much anymore. Because I don't want to get burnt anymore. I don't want to go in the ring with Mike Tyson anymore. I'm tired of flipping up tickets. So, reduction of planes was like paramount. Reduction of plane, and that's what I learned to do, like I said in my last video. And now, I was working on one. I think I'm getting involved Friday. But I have to wait all the way until Derby Day. And in the meantime, this is what I do. I dance, I energize, I get up. Old Spice, cashmere, a little body wash. 24/7 got this stuff on. I don't like when you put that stuff on. So, let me take a break. Come on, little thing up here. I wanted to show you that board. Move things around here. Put it up at the light. Okay, so this is what I mean. So this is what the first thing I did was I put together this piece of paper here, which basically shows everybody in different in their post position, and just still trying to get it right. There you go. In their post position, and so the ones I have in red, 1, 6, 12, 18, and 15, they're all the horses that everybody is gonna be all over. And then they're gonna be on the 13, 19 a little bit, and is it the 19? Yeah, 14, and the 9. I don't even see the 19. No, the 19th. No, it's the 14. Okay, and then the 14. So that's the core. The 1, 6, 18, 15 a little bit, 14, 13. That but mainly 1, which would be Renegade, 6 Commandment, and 18 full. Further ado, and then a little bit of how do you say, a little bit of Chief Wallaby. He'll be in there, right there too, pretty much with Commandment. So I'm seeing it as the two first favorites. So then a crystal clear clarity board looks like this, right? So for me, a crystal clear clarity board is, putting them to where I think they're going to be. You got the 1 and then the 18, just like on the board in red. In red, because I'll tell you in a minute. Then the 6 and 12. Then but this is how chaotic it is. It's insane. Look at that. Even with those 4 being where they are, then you got a group of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that everybody can make a case for. So that's why people get insane. Then they're going to be looking at pick 3s, pick 4s, pick 5s. With pretty much probably this grouping here like that, and then maybe a few will add one from that group, but they ain't going way up here, and they're definitely not going here, which are the dismissed horses, the 3 and the 19. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm putting together, a story, right? I'm putting together, what does this race, look like? I mean, what is Mofo Joe? I mean, what is the Kentucky 2026 Mofo Joe? And I think it's Mofo Joe is definitely in that. I have an idea about that bunch of horses that I'll share at a later date. But right now, I don't care about them. I care about these horses, the 3 and the 19. I care about these horses up here, the 10, the 4, the 5, the 2, the 14, 19, 20. These other ones here, they're more logical. They're more logical. Everybody's going to talk about them. So you got to be contrarian. You got to go elsewhere. This page here is Rich Strike. This page here is Rich Strike. Somebody gets in the also eligible 21, 22, 23, 24. That's Rich Strike, right? So again, the Kentucky Derby is a moment of perfection in many different varieties, from the chalky ones, which Renegade or Further Ado win, or somebody in the second tier, which is logical, like Dornoch, which would be Chief Wallaby and Commandment, right? And then maybe a little bit of Puma and Emerging Market, right? So that's where everybody. That's the pick 5, pick 4s, pick 3s, pick 2s, all that. But I'm not looking for the winner. I'm looking for a dismissed horse that talks to me and gives me, a felt sense that this is the horse that's going to provide me a moment of perfection. So it's like which horses? Maybe because of the fact that you're not betting to win. The beautiful thing about the Kentucky Derby is it's the only race you can bet show, and I love show wagering. It's my 50 years playing. I love show wagering. It's the only race you can bet show. It's the only time where you can, bet it as like a win bet. You could bet 2,000 to show on a horse, 1,000, 500, 200 on a show horse, and feel comfortable with it. Or bet, 5 horses, at $400 to show, $200 to show, $100 to show, and that's it. I'm not trying to put a pick 3 together, a pick 4 together, a daily double, a triple. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to find out who's going to win the race. That's not my mofo. That's not bullseye handicap. Bullseye handicap for me, in this instance, is because of the fact that this is the most chaotic, crazy, insane race with multiple explosions from start to finish. It's ideal to be able to allow yourself to go with horses that you normally wouldn't even look at, dismissed horses. But because of the fact that what you're doing is you're letting the bet make you. That's the next level of handicapping.
You let the bet make you, like the late Mike Pozzola termed that phrase. Let the bet make you. Have a felt sense, and the way I do that is I get wowed. I look at something and get wowed, or hear something and I'll get wowed. And then bullseye in, on numbers of those horses that as you went along through the experience, it's no different than life, right? You're walking down the street and you meet somebody and you say hello and bada boom, you've been wowed. And then 3 years later, you marry this woman. It's no different than, again, that you see a house and you say, I'm buying that house. You see a car, I'm buying that car. I mean, that's what we live for. We live for moments of perfection. That's our life, I've realized recently, which is a gift. It's a gift from God, to realize that. Especially being at 70. Everything is precious. The Kentucky Derby is precious. Playing just a few races makes the experience precious. Playing with a fat guy appetite and playing race after race after race. Playing today, if you're playing today, not good. If you're playing tomorrow, not good. Wait till Friday and Saturday. That's more than enough. Learn to go to the prom and forget the dances. If you do good with the dances, then go to the dances. Well, my recommendation is to go to the prom. The prom to me is graded 1 races, grade 2, grade 3. On the dirt, I said before 6 furlongs, but at a mile and 16th and higher, I don't feel comfortable with sprints. It's over too quick. I want to have the total experience. That's why making a lot of money with the lead ups to the Derby is really good. You could do well with to the lead up, but the Derby is about getting lucky and about getting paid. That's the Derby, getting lucky and getting paid. No doubt about it. The other races are different, but this race is not about what everybody thinks about with the thoroughgraph sheets, paying for someone to tell you what they think about. No, it's your story. You don't, when you make love to a woman that has chosen to make love to you, you don't bring anybody else with you. It's your gig, it's your mojo, it's your flow. But you can't have a fat guy appetite. So bullseye handicap is playing the race within the race. Again, I'm not looking to win the race. I'm trying to find the ego buster horse, the horse that usually runs 3rd and 4th. I for some reason just enjoy doing that. That's my mojo. The winner, everybody's already there in that playground. I'm not that type of guy. I'm the type of guy who goes to the other playground and I'm fine playing by myself. I'm a dancer. I can dance by myself and be fine because it's a magical moment for me. So again, I'm playing the race within the race. Who can in this race get involved in a magical, perfect moment at a long price and take at least 3rd? And I've been considering 4th too because of the fact that it's just a thought that I've had in my mind. But my main focus is show. Because again, it's the only time you can play the show bet confidently is on these big prom days. The prom day experience is more than enough for a 70-year-old guy who's already played 2,000 races for 50 years. 2,000 races a year. So, bada boom, I'm already gone, totally gone. So I, in the sense of having a desire or a need to have to play another race. Unfortunately, you guys do. You have to play today. You have to play tomorrow. What do you give yourself an excuse saying with Churchill, well, I got to see the mojo? It's sloppy out there today. It's muddy. I'm not watching live because I'm doing this, and I'm doing this because I'm detached. I left the horse racing bubble. I don't look at the racing form. I don't handicap it. I can do it later. And what I'm finding in it, when I'm looking at it in my review, is I can't believe how anybody can pick winners here. That's why you guys play pick 4s, pick 5s, and pick 6s and all that, and you have multiple horses because Every race seems to have 3, 4, 5 horses that can win the race. That's tough. That you might as well just box and I'm finding that the horses that are prices that you dismiss, I understand why you dismiss them. And that's why I see horse racing information as useless. I see horse racing information as useless because all it does is give you a desired result. All it does is tell you all how great Renegade is, or how great um, uh, Brad Cox horse is, Wallaby, Commandment, um, the Ford horse, 18 horse. It just tells you, but where is the hidden gold many layers beyond the obvious? Where is the rich strike? That's a moment of perfection. Where having rich strike, that's a total moment. That's what you're in search of. And then go from there, then come in a little bit. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the dismissed horses and I'm going to come in a little bit. But I'm not going to go anywhere near the horses that you guys are playing. And seeing if any of those horses wow me with something, since I've been playing for 50 years, that says to me, hey, Dan, this is good. And then I get wowed. As soon as I get wowed, then I'm on fire. Then I'm on fire. That hasn't happened yet. And if it doesn't happen, I don't play. I don't play. And that would be unbelievable because I played every derby. Who doesn't play the derby? Everybody plays the derby to some extent, So again, my mantra is you can beat a race, but you can't beat the races. You can beat a race, but you can't beat the races. And I'm not trying to beat the races. I'm just playing the best race of the year, the Kentucky Derby, or one of the best races of the year, the Kentucky Derby. A magical, perfect moment can happen, not only for the horse, but for one of us players, or a lot of us players. Good night now.